Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Friday morning here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's partly cloudy and a little bit bright, which is great. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wherever you guys are at in the world. I'm excited to see what Spirit brings forward today. So, we are going to start off sending love out to the world. And if you want to join with me and send love out, I would absolutely welcome that. And whether you're watching this on replay or um, live, we can all join together outside of space and time to send that love out. So, I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just let that love cascade down into our hearts, fill us up, and flow out to the world. And of course, if you are in need of love right now, for your heart, for your mind, for your body, for a loved one, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so very much for joining me with that. Excuse me, and getting the frog out of my throat. Sorry about that. Um, so some exciting things. Of course, happy Cancer full moon that's happening here at 4:07 p.m. Mountain Time today. So what is that? It's 11. So it's about 5 hours. 5 hours from now. Here is the link to this week's. Of course, there's the um, weekly energy updates where I do talk in there around about the Cancer full moon and how you can use this beautiful energy of this full moon 8 hours before the full moon hits is the ultimate time to actually have kind of an unveiling or removing block ceremony. So sorry. And of course, you can use that to release whatever you need to release in your life. But if you zero in on the energy that comes with the Cancer zodiac sign, it's even more powerful. And I do talk about all of those. I won't take away time from readings for that. So you can check that out if you feel so inclined. Also, I started a new drawing process for 2023. Here is the video for the for those drawings for the announcement. What I'm going to do is like every 2 weeks is have an opportunity for a 30-minute personal recorded reading. And if I get uh, 30 or more comments on that video, which once you watch the video, you'll understand how it all works. But I'll actually add on a 45-minute personal recorded reading. And if I get 45 or more comments on the video, I actually add on even an hour personal recorded video chance to win one of those. So check that out if you're interested in entering that. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. And then also yesterday, we put out a pick a card reading for what does Spirit want you to know about abundance in 2023. And that is it right there. So if you want to check those out, those are the ones that Spirit wants me to highlight. And let me do the pop out chat here and we'll get started on the readings. So we'll see what is happening in you guys' world. Let me just stretch this out a little further. There we go. Make sure I have the live chat. All right. So we should be set. And as always, I'm going to be on for 2 hours. This is the balancing. I am taking off Mondays and Tuesdays. So I go live every day, Wednesday through Sunday. And then, of course, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. Um, but Spirit was checking me and said, for this year, just balance things out or you're going to burn yourself up very fast. And so I'm listening. I know, I know. And so I'm going to keep the sessions to 2 hours. And I start off with free readings. I go in order down the list. And if you do want me to prioritize your reading, any donation, I do honor that energy exchange. And then I step out of the free readings, complete those donation readings, and then step back in line where I left off and continue going down. So that is how it works if you're new to my channel. And we will get started on the readings. Let's see what Spirit has to say for us today. All right. So, Rishi, you are the first reading up, and I am going to use the Sun and Moon Tarot. Let's see here. Why, oh, why didn't you get to do healing sessions with Erica? All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know around that. So, what's behind all this here? Okay. Okay. So you do have the King of Pentacles coming in here, and what I'm hearing with this card coming in, of course, the King of Pentacles, it almost looks like the Knight of Pentacles, right? But it actually is the King. And so it tells you that the King of Pentacles, one of the biggest pieces of wisdom they have is that their journey is all about their journey of self-worth, right? The Ace of Pentacles that they're searching for actually is about changing your worth in relation to the outside world. And with this, and you've got the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. This it's interesting. It's like it's telling me that Spirit wanted you to be able to see that you truly don't need anyone on the outside of you to heal. Now, I'm a big proponent of, counseling and whatever tools we can find in the outside world. Huge proponent for, we get tools, we're given information, we can ask and all that. So I'm not saying that at all. They're saying, but for the delay for this happening, is happening to show you that you are the one, because the tens here are about endings and new beginnings, you releasing your thoughts and fears, all those small t truths that are related to you you know the fears of losing conditional love, and the should, the supposed to, the need to, the have to, the musts, all those things, and all the energy that you've been investing in them, that you are coming to a beautiful place where you are realizing it. And so they're showing you your power within these. If it'll focus, the your ability to release, your ability to do this, because other people can give you tools, other people can give you, um, you know, suggestions and their opinions and their observations and all that. But we're the ones that do the releasing. Our power is what changes our life, not others. And I feel like, this really is like a pause just for Spirit saying, you look at what you've done. You've come so far doing so much stuff on your own. And they want you to recognize that you don't need someone from the outside. Um, and that's why I feel like the healing sessions were delayed or blocked right now, because you do have the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, which again, movement of emotion. And this night, all the knights have a quest, and this one quest for that Ace of Cups, the chalice that's in their hand. I love that they carry the lotus too, which of course the lotus is, you know, having uh, grown through the mud, grown and risen above the water, and of course in the nighttime it withdraws down underneath the surface to regenerate and then comes back out, right? But this Knight of Cups here is showing you that you have had movement in your emotions, you have made progress, you have moved forward. And ultimately, it's your connection and your quest for the unconditional love from above that's drawing you on your path. But I just really feel like the big thing is like when you're asking, why didn't I get to go to these? Spirit is like, because we want to show you that you truly don't need outside help. And they want to acknowledge the work that you've done and the movement that you've done. And so recognize that, realize everything that unfolds does unfold for you, and that if it is meant to be, it will not pass you by. It'll circle back around and open up. But definitely just trust the process, trust the flow. And I do like that for you. So that is what they have for you, Rishi. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Renee. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. And thank you for your donation. So we'll step off and complete your reading here. And so you want just general health and wellness read. Absolutely. We can do that. And of course, whenever we ask about health, we do need to mention here in the United States that tarot is for entertainment purposes, and it should not replace consulting professional, legal, medical, counselor, whatever it may be. That is left up to you to decide for yourself. So that's the disclaimer. It has been made. All right. I am well. I am clearing out my sinuses. I woke up early today, but I realized I didn't talk for hours before I started. And I'm like, oh no, that's not going to be, that morning clearing out. So, all right, so let's take a look here. So general health and wellness. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, you have a lot of fire going on here with the 9 of Wands, and you've got the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands is the first one that came out, which was pretty much telling me that you've got some conflict, some stress. Let's call it stress, because that's what I felt. And the 10 of Wands, yeah, stress, right? A lot on your mind, a lot that comes in for you there. And the 9 of Wands, feeling like maybe there's some blocks around your health and wellness. But this is all about the stress that comes in from fear. And so regarding health and wellness, they're really looking at balancing the heat that is within you, that fire that is within you, because you also have the 4 of Pentacles that comes in here, which is a great card, because this is about stability in the outside world. And the kind of the journey of the 4 Pentacles I talk about a lot actually on this channel, because it impacts us in so many different ways, because we're taught to look outside of ourselves for our wholeness, right? For our worth. And so we look out there, and we're told to look to relationships and situations and things. And then, of course, those are all unstable. So we feel unstable, and that impacts us. It puts us into uncomfortable mode. It puts us into fight or flight mode quite a bit, because we have so many rules that we're given as humans these days around the supposed to be, should be, need to be. Used to be fight or flight is, stay away from that ledge so you don't fall and kill yourself. And stay away from that snake or that giant animal that's going to eat you. it was simpler back in the days of, our earlier upbringings, because it was like, okay, we know what our fears are. We didn't have a lot of social fears around what a relationship should be, supposed to be, need to be. There wasn't so many rules. Jobs, education, all that stuff came later, and possessions and money and body. There's so much that we have so many rules that there's so much fear around those rules not happening. And what does it mean? A lot of fear activated. And so we eventually learn, because people change, pass away, walk away, situations never stay the same, things, our bodies, all that outside world, things break down, deteriorate, explode, and all that kind of stuff, right? So there's all this instability in the outside world, and then it just goes, it points us back to inward and upward eventually, because we get bored with all that instability and disappointed in all that instability, and so we turn inward and upward, and that's where we find this solidness, because we find the only thing that is truly stable, which is the unconditional, eternal love from up above. And we define ourselves by that. That becomes the foundation. That becomes, that inner stability for us. And so I feel like this is the turning inward and upward. And even I love how they see if I can get this to focus. There it goes. See in their hands that magic. Almost there it goes. Don't move, don't move. There it is. So you have all this power within, it's inward and upward, that solves our instability problem that we have in the outside world. And because when we're in fight or flight mode, if you Google just fight or flight, you can see all the impacts. Immunity, it impacts our immune system. It impacts our digestive system. It floods our nervous system. It just does so much that when we're in perpetual fight or flight mode, it impacts our bodies over time. And it explains why there's so much, impact, so much dis-ease in our world these days, because we have so many emotional monsters versus the physical monsters that our fight or flight was designed for. So we've been put into a state of fear that we love living in. We came here to ride all these fear rides, but we don't have to be in it. And so that's what I feel like they're bringing in for you, is just the awareness of how stress impacts us, and anything we can do to de-stress and release fears, anything that can keep us out of fight or flight mode as much as we can. Something that I did in the beginning when Spirit brought it to my attention of my perpetual stress was I set a vibrating alarm on my cell phone, even at work, and I had it where it was silent, so it just vibrated, and it was breathe, come back to now, and it was like bringing me out of fear to come back to this moment. And then I would drift back out, and then the next hour bring back, and it became less and less. I got drawn out less and less faster out into the outside world, into the fears again, but it helped train me to do that. So I do like that. And then you also asked, you asked about, oh, you ask about work often. Okay, let's take a look here and see which of the two. Is it job 1 or job 2? So this is job 1, and this one here is job 2. So job 1 seems like to be emotional confusion coming in there. And Jessica, you have the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. New inspiration, new passion that comes in there, new excitement, new drive there. So I feel like, I wonder if you're going to get offered both, and it's because it's showing you, that you have results for both. Yeah. And didn't you have a death and rebirth with one of these? I think this was the card you got for Steve. because they were like, wasn't it like this is how they saw you, that this was going to be coming in, and and that you were going to be able to see this uh, like change things there, right? So I feel like with the two of them, they're showing you both of the options, but I feel like, and um, that emotional confusion one, uh, it's, even though it's called emotional confusion, it also just a lot of emotion, a lot of stuff happening around there, and I don't feel like they're going to make the moves on you like that. But it's just, I feel like it just feels like a such a different experience for you. I just feel like it's going to stretch you more. But I really feel it Steve's one with that, because when I asked the question, that's what popped out there. It's like I feel like they're showing you what the result of both of them would be. Like you'd have passion and excitement around, the job that Jessica's hiring for. But I really feel like that other one with Steve is going to be like this. Yeah. Yeah, because they're going to I feel like because you're gonna be their assistant, that they're gonna have you do so many different jobs, so many different things, and they want you to help them with stuff that you're like, "Well, I've never done that before," and he goes, "Well, you will now," and so I really feel like there's this, like you said, stretching. It's challenging, and it just brings in all this stuff from all around, which, challenges you, which I do like for you. So that is what they have, Renee. I like it. I like it. So that's what I see coming your way there. All right. And Dune, thank you so much. I did get your donation. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely, Renee. Thank you again so much for all your donations. You're awesome. Much appreciated. So let's take a look here. Hey, that's great too. Money, money. All right, so Dune, so you blocked your toxic friends and you hope your life will be better. Let's take a look here and see what would you like Dune to know as a result of that. Okay. Yeah, I do like this coming in here. I mean, you've got the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. So you definitely have new ways of looking at things here with the Princess of Swords, because she uses that sword to cut away the old thoughts, the old beliefs, the old mindsets. And I feel like with releasing toxic friends, from your life and blocking them, that you also are realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs were also toxic with that situation, how you perceive them, and really more how you perceived yourself, that toxic self talk that was going on. And I feel like this is releasing that, because that is the true source of the strife and the oppression, because people will do what they do. However, wherever we go, there we are, right? So our thoughts and our beliefs follow us. And though we run, we can run from conflict, we can run from these individuals, but we'll still feel this way, because new people will come in, new mirrors will come in. And I really feel here that you've been looking at that though, because the Princess of Swords, showing the butterfly here. So you're going through this transformation of your thought and your belief about what you will allow, what you allow, but also about your approach and belief about yourself. Because that's what all these mirrors do for us anyway. They just keep showing us how we feel about ourselves until we see it. And there really aren't toxic people out in the world. There are people that just do interesting things, and our thoughts and beliefs around the stories we put on things are what are toxic. And so releasing that, I really love the blocking and the stepping away from it so that you can calm your mind, and you can come to this place so you could really reflect on it and then release those, transform those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets. Because that Ace of Swords does allow you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which allows you to cut away those toxic thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have within you. And I do see you doing this. I see you have already done a lot of work on that, and I see you continuing to release more and more, because it gets so much quieter without those things just rah, rah, right. And so you can go into reflective mode and really look at it, because you do have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, which is emotional overflowingness. And so this is really a good thing that comes in because of the steps that you're taking there. But really, um, try to look at what of your own thoughts and your own beliefs, the stories that you put around your interactions, and the self-talk, especially. I know self-talk, blah blah blah. uh what of that, what felt toxic, because that's where you're going to find freedom and release. Yeah, maybe you'll find new friends, you definitely will find new friends. But spirit is reminding me, they're like, when I would go, oh, these people, I can't be around them, I would find new friends, and I'm like, how did I find the same group of people again and again, until I looked at my thoughts and my beliefs, because these are all mirrors for me, showing me what I want to see. And then once I see it and I transform them, then I did draw in different type of people. And so that's what I was like. They were like, "You can run, but you can't hide." And I'm like, "No, not again." But there is this transformation that happens with that. So the Nine of Cups shows that you do make the progress, and you do invite what friends into your life that do feel like wish fulfillment. So I do like that. All right. So that is what they have, Dune. So good news. I mean, I do like that, because it's freeing. You're freeing yourself from these toxic beliefs and thoughts and stories, which is good. So thank you again so much for your donation. Many, many blessings to you. All right, Alex, thank you so much for your donation as well. And you like a general reading. And I am being drawn here to these native spirit oracle. So let's take a look. Let's see what they bring in here for you. All right, there we go. And you've got offerings. Look at that beautiful card. So this card basically says that the universe is grateful for you. You are a gift to the world. Feel gratitude for everything in your life, even the things that don't seem perfect. Appreciation for everything flows through you in great bounty. And cherish the preciousness of life and everyone and everything around you, and thus you will be cherished. And your native spirit wants you to know that every native culture throughout history has made offerings, often on a daily basis. Offerings were made to the sun, the earth, the plants and animals, and to everything in creation. The offerings varied culture to culture, but they were always made with a feeling of extreme appreciation for the bounty of life. Gratitude was the secret to a joy-filled life. True thankfulness can work like modern-day alchemy in your life, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination. And it's simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment. No matter what's happening around you, there's always something to be grateful for. Whatever you appreciate in life will grow, so discover what you're thankful for, even the people and situations you found challenging, and watch miracles unfold. And I like these cards because they do come with a journey, which is like something they recommend that you can do. if it resonates. And it says, as a suggestion, make an offering to whatever nurtures your soul. If you're nurtured by a particular place in nature, for example, you might consider leaving some fruit at the base of a tree for the animals in that area to give thanks for the beauty that is there. So, whatever you are grateful for, and I love that. I talk about that a lot here, or Spirit obviously talks about it a lot here on the channel, because whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. And so when we focus on gratitude and what we're grateful for it to be in our lives, and love and joy and peace and laughter, all that expands and grows. And then when we look, what we're taught as humans to look over at what's missing, what we fear will come into our life, what's in our life that we don't want, well, that feeds that and that expands instead. So there's this wonderful change of energy in our lives when we focus on gratitude. And I talk about how I was prompted to do a gratitude journal for 30 days. And I just every day wrote down one thing in a little journal of what I was grateful for. And the deal was not to repeat anything that I was grateful for. So day 1, day 2, day 3, and I got up to day 30, and it had just in 30 days had changed the energy in my life that I continued to do it for almost 5 months without repeating a thing. Because one, there's so much to be grateful for that we don't realize it until we start naming them. And then as we start naming them, then the things to be grateful for expands, which gives you even more to be grateful for and write down. So I really like that for you, Alex. So that is what they have for you for today is gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And if you want to make an offering of some sort of around something that you're grateful for. So if you're grateful for friends, give them an offering. If you're grateful for the love of your life, give them a special offering. I love that about nature. If there's somewhere in nature you love, bring a gift of the nature of the beauty and for the animals in that area. So I like it for you, Alex. So that is what they have. Many, many blessings. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. So we left off for the free readings for Doll Face Diva, and thank you guys so much too for all the thumbs up that you give the videos. It is something free, which is a great price, something that you can do that all it takes is a little click. And though it seems like a small thing, the YouTube algorithm just loves it, eats it all up, and it makes it want to share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So it helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for being a part of that. All right. So, Dollface Diva, what does Spirit want you to focus on for the month of January? All right. And then will finances increase in the next few months? All right. Let's take a look here first at the focus for January. What would you like, Diva? Okay. So it starts off here with the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords you can see here is all your thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, expectations, all those stories in our head, right? And the Eight of Swords is a great card because it is about being aware of what our own thoughts and our own beliefs make us feel blinded and bound and trapped. It almost feels like here, I like how they interpret it with you feel like you're being pulled by all the strings because of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've been given in your life around everything, even around finances and abundance and love. And who am I supposed to be? Who are they supposed to be? What's the world supposed to be? So many rules, right? And we're taught that these popular opinions are how things are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, and all that. And when we feel that way, we do feel out of control. We do feel like we're controlled by the outside world because we're told that when that thing happens, this is what it has to mean about you in your life, and also how you're supposed to feel about it too. And so something happens and we're like, oh, I'm supposed to be upset. Oh, something happens, I'm supposed to be happy, but why am I not? I don't want to be upset. I'm tired of being upset. Oh, but you must be upset about this. Okay, here we go, being upset about it again. But that's why we feel out of control, because we're taught all these opinions are the supposed tos. But this is the breaking free of that. This is realizing what of your own stories and all the stuff that we were taught, how it's impacting your life, and how you start cutting those strings, and you realize that you are the one that gets to choose what something means and how you want to feel as you go through it. So very empoweringness here. And for the month of January, they are saying, looking at why do you believe what you believe? Why are you stressed about this thing happening or not? And it usually will come down to we were punished when we were younger, when we didn't do something, because there is this, you know, um, forcing of opinion on us when we're younger. And if we don't accept it, then there's punishment until we do, right? And so there's these fears that are rooted in it, and this is the focus for this month for you, because it will bring freedom. You're going to be able to go where you want after you snip away all those strings that are attached up there. And then finances, will they increase in the next few months? Well, you have the Justice card here, which here we come into here's the Ace of Swords, which actually allows you to cut away a lot of these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets, which brings in this balance. It means that you're cutting away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you, and it's balancing things out. So I do feel that there will be a balancing of your finances in the next few months as your mindsets and your thoughts and beliefs around it happen as well. So, and you have the Seven of Wands too, which shows that you are put into a higher ground. Some people may not like it too much though, because it's like, why do you get to be happy and move up and we don't? Get back down here, be miserable with the rest of us. How dare you choose to have things improve when it's not improving for us? So I do like that for you. So the biggest thing is focusing on those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, and it changes your world, because we don't see the world as it actually is. We see the world as we are. So as we change inside, and as those restrictions open up, so does the flow of abundance, so does the flow of things and opportunities and love in our life. It just opens up the floodgates, because all these um, restrictions and all this rules that were put in place were to try to keep us from being punished and to get more of the praise we had. But as we get older, we realize, well, those were good for when I was a kid, but I don't need those baby gates anymore because I'm not a baby. I know how to walk downstairs. I don't need these blocks and these barriers that were there before that slow me down and block me from going places and doing things. So that's what they have for you, Diva. So I like it. Many, many blessings to you. All right. And we will continue going down the list here. So Vidi Jalan, you are the next free reading up. Hello. And what is blocking love to enter your life? Something in you or whatever you need to know. All right. Let's take a look here. Actually, what I was just talking about with Dollface Diva there actually feels like what I was just saying about blocks, right? Let's see what Spirit has for you here. Let's see what they have. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful experience today. I just feels different today. I'm not sure what's going on. It just, maybe it will, okay, it's the Cancer full moon. So beautiful, beautiful expansiveness of emotional energy, or not, because definitely whatever we focus on around a full moon expands even more so, right? But when it's emotional and it's a water moon, boom, boom, it's huge. So whatever your emotion you're feeling just feels huge. So if you have anxiety, huge. Take a deep breath, focus on unconditional love and peace and joy and laughter, and it'll like, okay, it's going to feel like such a drastic change in emotions. Today, especially since today's the day of the full moon. So just a heads up. So, Vidi, the blocking entering with love entering your life does come down to, you know, you've got the Six of Cups, which is the nostalgia, the memories, the emotional memories from the past. So there is, it is something within you in your subconscious from the past, because you also have the Seven of Swords, which the Seven of Swords, that's our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations, the stories that we apply to things. And the Seven of Swords is the thievery card. It tells us and it shows us what of our own thoughts and beliefs steal from us. In this case, steal love from you. And so there are these beliefs that are tied to your youth and your younger years. Usually our emotional body is created in the human is it's not created, but it is defined and grows uh, from 7 years and younger, even into the womb. We feel and pick up emotions, and that's how we define our emotional interactions, our emotional worth. Before our 7-year-old mental self goes, all right, enough of you, we're putting you into the basement. And so there's a lot of charged emotions and things that bounce around down in the subconscious. So there's a variety of ways to get into those things and to understand those things. Because you do have the King of Cups here, which rules over emotions, but it's a balancing of heart and mind. And so that, the mind stuffing the human emotions down into the basement comes in here. But the king also offers and knows that this Ace of Cups, the chalice, the Holy Grail, is what the answer to all our troubles in our life are, because that is the Holy Grail. It's full of the unconditional eternal love of the higher realms from where we come, and that's what we truly thirst for. That's what fills us, not the outside world, not the conditional love. We go and we're told find love out here, and we look and we look and we look and we're like, well, I have this imitation love. How does that taste? It's the conditional love of humans. And you're like, ugh, that's not fulfilling. Well, it filled me up for a minute, but God, it tastes horrible. You know, what we're really searching for is that manna, the nectar of the gods of that unconditional love. Some things that you can do to try to get into the subconscious to understand those is, whatever you can do to get into those subconscious memories about your emotions. So, counseling was great. Um, I went to counseling for a little while. They really give you a lot of tools. Wonderful book by Deepak Chopra, The Path to Love. Amazing book. And a book I read this in 2022, last year, which was, I actually have it listed in the description box of this video. I talk about it all the time. Why am I blanking on it? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're supposed to read Deepak's Path to Love. Oh, The Presence Process, the Presence by Michael Brown. Beautiful books about getting back to our emotional child self and understanding the blocks and the barriers that are there. So some of those can help that, but that's what's happening is, these. It's about the lovability. It's about these emotional things to look at, and spirit will and your higher self will have pauses in our life for us to do the inner reflection to raise our self love and raise our vibration. So a lot of blocks that we have, sometimes it's the love blocking by spirit, because they are wanting us to spend time with them inward on that hermit's journey to expand our self-love and raise our love vibration. So, sometimes it's a favor for us. It's always a favor for us, because it's always for us and in favor. So when we have the blocks, that's the time to turn inward and upward, because they're wanting some alone time with us, which is an honor, right? It's like they're inviting us, going, no, 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 no. I want time with you. All these humans can wait. This is our time. So I like that for you, Vidi. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So, Skyfalls, you'll be the next free reading coming up. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, VD. Yeah, especially today. Boom. All right. So I love it. All right. So Skyfalls, you are up and you'd like an angel reading. And I do have a divine guidance deck here. These are one of the decks I call a spiritual ink blot test. So whatever you see in the picture is a special message from you or whoever sees this. And then we'll read from the book as well. So, what's your message for Skyfalls? What would your angels like you to know today? All right. This is the one right here. Oh, wow. Look at this beautiful pink. There it goes. And let's see what that brings in here for you. Oh, wow. Loved ones. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. So, your friends and loved ones who've crossed over want you to know that they are with you. Hmm. They're wrapping their loving energy around you and ask you to feel peace and serenity within your heart and mind about their passing. They are living and enjoying the other side and deeply desire for you to feel peaceful within this world. They ask that you surrender any painful emotions that you're holding on to and allow their loving presence to flow within your heart, bringing forth peace and serenity. Feel their loving energy and joyfully live the gift of life here on earth. Wow. What an amazing message to come through when you're asking for an angel message. So anyone that you know that has passed to the other side, um, you have a large group. We all have a huge posse of support, of guardian angel, angels, spirit guides, loved ones, like they said on the other side, ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever we believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. We're surrounded by a multitude of individuals. Whenever I do one-on-one readings with people, I just feel a crowd arrive. They're like, "Here we go," and I'm like, "Wow, everyone." I've never had anyone that was like, "Whoop, no one shows up." I mean, we all have such a huge group of beings that unconditionally love us. There's nothing we can do to have them stop, and they are so supporting. No judgment, no opinions. They just are all about love, 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 and the quieter we get and we turn down our fear noise and turn up our vibration of love to unconditional and joy and laughter and peace, that's the vibration at which they speak. And so if you want to hear from them and you want to recognize more and more all the messages that they're bringing you, all the signs that they're bringing you, they're like, oh my God, you guys just freak out. When you get to the other side, you're going to see how many things we put in your path that you didn't see. And we're like, yeah, we don't, because our human only takes in so much. But the more we intensely look for it and are open to it, the more we see it too. So I love that for you, Skyfall. So that's what they have. Many, many blessings to you. All right. Excuse me. So we'll continue going down the list. Hey, LA. No question. Just happy Friday. Well, thank you so much for that donation. Excuse me. And you say my voice is relaxing when it's not hacking up, right? Work for Audible. Huh. Maybe I should check that out. That could be a nice little side gig. So thank you so much. I do have people tell me, they go, I fall asleep listening to your readings. And at first I was like, wow, are they that boring? They're like, "Oh, no, your voice, it just relaxes." So, I do plan on doing a like an 8 to 10-hour video for sleep, that people can listen to while they're sleeping, and, it helps people relax. So, thank you for that. Cool. Well, good. Well, I actually have it on my calendar today to start organizing what I want to include in that, because I don't want it to be the same thing over and over and over like 10,000 times. I want it to be kind of also, if you want to listen to it during the day, that you can listen to it and there'll be things in there too. So I'm excited. So now I'm gonna like really, really do it. So all right. So Toshi, and again, thank you for your donation. You are you're awesome. I really appreciate that. All right. So divine guidance for 2023. Well, I have a divine guidance book deck here. So let's pull from that and see what comes through. How perfect is that? So for Toshi, and this is your spiritual ink blot test. Let's see what they have. What would you like Toshi to know? All right. Just knocking things around. All right, so here is your card. Beautiful blues in here. See if I can get it to focus in a little better there. Yeah, that actually is clear. It is very bright in the middle. So I do like that. This one is called Gentle Release. It says the presence of Archangel Michael is here to assist you with clearing your energy field of old hurts and past experiences that are weighing you down and slowing your progress in life. He is here to help you cut the cords that keep you energetically attached to people and events that no longer serve you in a positive way. Michael always performs his duties with love and asks you to consciously send love to those people and things in your past so that you may release them into the light and move forward with your life. I know that can be a tough one with sending love to those individuals. A big thing that they're bringing in is, when we realize that every interaction that unfolds in our life is fated and is for us, we can sometimes look beyond the characters that were involved in the scene that happened, the drama that unfolded, and realize that there's this actor behind these characters, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings who are made of unconditional love. They just were really good at playing the douchebag or whoever it was that helped create the drama. They were really good. It's like sometimes when I do readings, one-on-one readings for individuals, and they're wanting to speak to people on the other side that come through, and especially with a lot of my friends over the years, when they were like, I asked, do you want to speak to anyone when we meet tomorrow for your reading? And they're like, and I feel like, oh, here comes mom. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we're going to talk to mom. And they're like, anyone except my mom. And I'm like, oh no, how's this going to go? But I loved how they would come through and go, you know what? I'm coming through not as that character, but as, this higher being that I am. Even though I played your mom, I'm not your mom on the other side. I'm, more of a sister or brother. We're more equals. We're not in these hierarchies. We don't have a family tree. We're all created. We're all part of this huge seat. And I love that coming in here, because it's like, if you ever see someone who plays a villain in a movie, and then they, when they go on tour and they have their interviews, or they go on a TV, like a late night show, and they have people talk to them about the movie, they're the most sweetest, funny, wonderful people. And even the cast that's with them are like, oh my God, it's so not them. They even apologized to me after a scene when they had to be really, really, evil in the scene because they felt so bad. And it's like, that is how it really happens here, these loving beings. So I love that for you, Toshi, and for whoever else that was for as well. So Thank you for that question, and many, many blessings to you. That is what they have. All right. So continue moving down the list. Very good. Very good. I like that. You are very welcome. I like that. Sky Falls too. Perfect. Okay. So Preeti, you're up next. We need like a general reading. And okay. And they do want to go to these Power of Surrender cards for you. So let's see what message they have here for you. So all right. That one came flying out here. So surrender comparisons with other people. And it says, keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, your attractiveness, and your power. Yeah, we are taught that, right? Excuse me, with the uh, from when we're very young, grading and comparing of how you did on the test, and um, you know, parents comparing children, and I mean, all this stuff. Our society's inundated with contrast and comparison. It's why we came here anyway, though, because like I use this tapestry quite a bit to explain that we come down here on purpose to experience our opposites so we can understand more fully who we are. So if this whole tapestry was beige, you wouldn't see the design. If it was all black, you wouldn't see the design. But because of the black and the shadow that we come here to experience, we see this design that we are, this being that we are. And so we come down with this intention to, with our human, it contrasts, it compares, it needs to know, and it's hot and cold, uh, light and dark, bright and shadowy, um, soft and pointy, and we have all these contrasts. This whole universe is opposites. It's like boom. So what happens? Excuse me. And so this excuse me just a second. People who can speak and people who can't speak, we have opposites everywhere. But that's the beauty of when we're able to step outside of the comparison and see from that higher point of view, we begin to see the uniqueness within each person instead of a judgment. And so I feel like this is a beautiful time in your life where you're just moving up and up and up and seeing things from a different perspective, being able to see the beauty instead of fearing that we aren't meeting up. We are able to recognize both within ourselves and within others this beautiful, beautiful abundance. It's like when we focus on who someone's not being in our life, oh my gosh, right? That relationship. But if we keep our expectations, if we're able to keep expectations as low as possible, we get to see the abundance of who someone is rather than their shortfalls. So I like that message for you, PT. So beautiful, beautiful. Recognize your strengths and your beauty. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. That's many blessings to you. That's what they have. See you, Shanta. Any messages from Spirit? Well, I do want to go to this path. They're really speaking through the oracle suddenly. But we have the Path of the Soul Destiny cards, another spiritual ink blot test. So let's take a look, see what they have. So for Sio Shanta. All right, there we go. So here's your beautiful bright card. It's almost like a circus. So many bright colors. I like it. That is card number 38. Wow, and this is the Intuitive Arts Guide. So there are many forms of intuitive work being done on the planet today. My goodness, so sorry. Using your intuitive gifts has a large role in the work you are really here to do. There are many tasks that are undertaken which actually involve the intuitive process. Whether you paint, write music, design, raise children, waitress, or give psychic readings, you are operating from an intuitive source. This guide is here to help you see that your role is important. The work you do is needed. You are in service, and your intuitive knowing is strong. You are helping others to acknowledge and accept their own intuition. So you definitely have an intuitive guide that is here to share that with you. And I feel like you need to know that you definitely are gifted. You have these gifts, and that you are designed to share it in whatever capacity you're doing it, because it does help inspire others in a variety of ways, especially in the acknowledging, I feel like, their own power. So I love that for you, see you, Shanta. So many, many blessings for you. All right. So continue moving down, and we have Anjali, the Virgo. And you want to know, why does Rishikesh, why did they come into your life, and God's guidance for the situation? All right, let's take a look here. See what they have here. So why, oh why did they come into your life? Okay, go into those and that. And then any guidance for that. All right. So why, oh why? So we've got the Hermit card here, which is telling us that, of course, they came into you on purpose, for a purpose, to help you on your path. And sometimes people come into our life not to guide us as far as like, come this way, but the don't come this way kind of, wow. But they do show us things. And this is what this Princess of Swords does. It's the Page of Swords. It allows you to connect, as we're turned inward, as we're turned away from things in the outside world. This Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths and see things from that higher perspective, see things in a different way. And it also allows you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. They come into our lives to challenge us, to mirror us, to show us what of our own stories that we're applying to a situation are impacting us. And so if anything, whatever rises within us, they're showing us something about ourselves. Now you have the King of Cups, which they balance both mind and heart. And what I'm feeling from this is like, people will show us either the love that we have within us will be reflected in the mirror of who they are. And we're like, wow, what a lovely person they are. So full of love. Well, it's because we're recognizing the love within us. And then we come across people and like, what a jerk. And uh-oh, yes, that's right. That shows us the mirror of like, oh, how am I being a jerk in this situation, right? How am I being a jerk to them? Or how am I being a jerk to myself? My thoughts and beliefs, how are those being a jerk to me? And so there's this clarity that comes in. And so anyone that comes into our life is a mirror, and they specifically show us how we feel about ourselves, and they'll keep telling us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. And so they're coming in telling you these things. And I mean, it's definitely, when we asked for guidance, here we are with all the swords, the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets, right? So here the princess is coming in. We have the prince is the Knight of Swords. who is in quests after the Ace of Swords there, but it is movement of thought and belief as well. So they were designed, and it's like moving your thought and your beliefs and your mindsets, seeing things from that higher perspective, connecting to the higher realms allows you to, really release things, because here is what they've come to show you in the mirror that you didn't realize. And this is for all of us, right? All of our mirrors come to show us what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are small truths that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, and how they are controlling us and impacting our life with all these strings. It's like all these thoughts, and we don't realize that we're being moved around like a puppet, going, something happens in our life and we're like, oh, this is how I have been taught to react, and the story that I put around it, because this is what I've been taught all my life, and so it happens, and then I'm putting all this emotion and thought into this and these stories into this, and I wouldn't know that they were there unless someone comes and tick 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 and go, why is my arm moving like that? And they're like, because I'm they're pushing the button that makes our arm go up, right? We're like, stop. But then we're like, oh, I can snip that. Now I get to control what I do with my arm instead of having outside circumstances make me do things instead. So looking into seeing it from a higher place, understanding that instead of looking at this is happening to me or this happened to me, when we change that mindset from a higher standpoint of why did I want to experience this? Why did this happen for me? Then it changes. My whole awareness, the power shift changes. I snip things away. So that is what they wanted for you, Anjali. So some wonderful, wonderful freedom coming here through this experience with them. So we look at them later and thank them for being the master teacher that they were, but it might take some time. I'm so sorry about you guys have to hear me hacking all the time here. I'll move into my warmer coffee. That will help too. All right. So Mira, you are the next reading. And now we are at the top of the hour. And so I always do a public service announcement because I'll be on for about another hour. And I do move down the list in order of the free readings. But if you do want to make sure I get to your reading, if you make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. And I step out of the order of the free readings, complete those, and then move back in and continue going down. So that is how it works. I always like to make sure everyone knows because people come in at different times throughout the video. So that is your public service message. Now we return back to the regular scheduled program. All right. So Mira, any blessings coming to you? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. What blessings do you want Mira to know about? Well, you do have a good balancing coming in your outside world. So whatever has felt out of balance, out of sync in your life, out of focus in your life, there we go. It balances out. And this Pentacles is the outside world. So it could be, friendships or love or any type of relationships, work, money, body, whatever's been out of balance. There's a beautiful blessing of balancing things coming in here because you have the Justice, huge balancing happening here, right? And the Ace of Swords here, which we just kind of finished talking about too, allows you to connect to the higher realms, the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love from above. And usually we're out of balance because one side has all the small T truths of the um, human world, which are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. And we always start off out of balance because we are, um, veiled from remembering higher truths because we want this awesome, raw experience of, fears, not realizing how powerful we really are and how in control of our lives we truly are. We want to feel out of control. We want to feel this, drama. And so we do. But then here comes in a point in our life where we do want balance. And this is what is happening here coming up. And I like that. The other card you got was the moon card. And the moon card does represent a lot of things, but this is about diving deep into your emotions, trusting your intuition, also cycles, trusting the cycles that things do unfold, things do um, are always running in perfect order. And, because the moon has its new moon to the full moon, new moon to the full moon, it's always unfolding. It's always has its cycles too, which we have with, the two pentacles here too shows cycles, how things go in order. And even the yin yang that is at the top here that talks about, there's a cycle and there's a movement, everything always unfolding for you as well. So I like this, that, be gentle with out of balanceness. Our human side will want to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're out of balance, that's so wrong, and you're a failure because of it, or blah 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 blah, blah. It's like, we came here. It's like someone getting mad at you for going on a roller coaster ride at an amusement park when we came to the amusement park to ride the roller coaster rides, right? So be gentle with yourself. Just know that the balance is coming in perfect timing. You came here to experience unbalanced and imbalanced, and now you get to experience imbalanced coming into balance. What a wonderful feeling it is when that happens in the human world. So I like that for you, Mira. So many, many blessings for you. All right, Aditi, you'll be the next free reading. And you'd like a general reading. Oh, okay. And they do want to go to the native spirit oracle here for you. So let's take a look and see what they have. All right. Well, so you got the Song of the Wild. Beautiful rainbow. And let's see what this brings in here for you. Wow. So new horizons await you. You're ready to savor the wonders of the world. Take some risks. Answer the call of the wild. Step out of the comfort zone. Live passionately. Take steps in the direction of freedom. Expand beyond your limitations and boundaries. Maybe it's time to take a journey or do something new and exciting. Whoa. Your native spirit wants you to know that you are entering a period of expansion and going beyond your self-imposed limitations. Even if you feel hesitant, this is the time to try something new and do things in a different way. You might even visit far off lands or wild natural places. Adventure often entails risk, but without it, life can become lackluster and stagnant. There's a vast, new, and wondrous vista just around the corner, but you'll never see it if you don't venture out. So definitely a message of uh, heading out, doing something new, liven things up. It's not existing, but living, right? And these cards come with a journey, which if you choose to take this, if it resonates, it says plan a trip. Take some classes that get you out of your comfort zone. Try new styles. Do the same things that you've always done, but in a new and different way. Push beyond your boundaries. step out of character and spend time in the wilderness if you can safely. All right. I love that for you. So, definitely a nudge to go into the new. If you've been wondering, should I do this new thing? Should I change, direction, whatever? It's like definitely a yes. They're like new, 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 old, new, yes. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, EDT. So many blessings to you. All right, Princess Pinky, you are up next. And you like an angel message, and I do want to go to the Divine Guidance Oracle for you. Let's see what they have here for you. All right, so Princess Pinky, what do the angels have for you? Sorry if you hear the dogs barking. I don't think it's loud enough to come out here, but they're giving you a warning, maybe. So here's your spiritual ink blot test. Whatever you see in this is a special message for you. Let me see if it'll get it to focus on that eye in the middle. There it goes. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Card number 4, very stable number. This is astral realms. So you have a strong connection with the astral realms. And usually we visit these realms while we're sleeping. And that's where we meet our guides, our teachers, and even other souls who've moved on from the earth plane. So for you, however, this connection is allowing you to connect while you're awake, either while meditating or working with your intuition. This is truly a gift, as the information you receive here can aid both you and others through life. Spirit is calling you to begin using your gifts in service to others in the way that feels right for you. So a nice little nudge from Spirit to, one, recognize that you do have a spiritual gift, or gifts, plural, that you are able to connect to the higher realms, and that they want you to share the wisdom however you feel comfortable doing it. Cards or channeling or energy work or artwork, expression of painting, however you feel comfortable bringing through that energy. They're really encouraging you to embrace that and do that, and really know that the earth needs your energy to be expressed in the now. So I love that for you. So that is what they have, Princess Pinky. So your angels want you to interact with them, of course, and express that beautiful information. All right. There we go. Sorry, it kind of froze for a sec. All right. And Samya Rao, I know I probably murder that every time. And you also would like an angel message. But I'm being drawn to the native spirit oracle for you for that. They're all about the oracle this morning. So let's take a look here. So what else? All right. So you have the thunder drum. Like that card there. Let's see what they have for you here. Yeah, stand up and be counted. Be assertive. Don't be shy about sharing your gifts and letting the world know about your value. Declare with authority, this is who I am and this is what I stand for. Make a stand for others less fortunate. Take risks. Walk in the rhythm to the beat of your own drum. This is not the time to step back or step aside. And your native spirits want you to know that throughout the world, indigenous people have called spirit through drumming. And drumming was used to activate one's fighting spirit before battle, as well as for joyous celebrations and sacred ceremonies. It was also used for healing rituals. In every case, the drum beat was used to open spiritual realms. A thunder drum calls the thunder beings, capital T thunder beings, capital B beings, from the sky, and they arrive with passion and incredible vitality. And drawing this card means that it's time to step into your passion. Make a stand in life for what truly matters to you. And this comes with a journey if it resonates for you. It says a powerful way to activate your life force is to drum on your chest lightly with a closed fist. It's especially powerful if you do a two beat, similar to the sound of a beating heart, which is the most primordial sound for humans. This rhythm is grounding and activates your strength. Wow, I love that. So definitely time to live your passion, to activate this beat within you. And if you don't have your own drum, of course, on YouTube, if you just um, search drumming, there's tons that are out there as well that you can listen to and see which ones activate this uh, not fighting, but this it is fighting for your dream, allowing yourself to stand up for your dream and what you want to do, and expressing your passion to the world. So I like that for you, Samya. All right. Many, many blessings to you. I like it. All right. Hey, Anjali, the Virgo, thank you so much for your donation. And I'm sure you're typing your question right now. So while you're doing that, I will pull a card here for Angel Bliss. Hello, hello. And a message from your future self. All right, let's take a look here. See what they have here for you. Anything else? All right. So you do have the Two of Wands and the Chariot card. I mean, both of these really emphasize here your future self saying your power of choice is so, so powerful, because whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. First of all, I talk about that a lot. When you focus on what we don't want, what we fear, and what's what we feel is missing, that grows, that expands. But when we focus on what we do want, um, you know uh, what we are grateful for, love and joy and all that, expands too. So they're really bringing an emphasis on be aware of what you are choosing in each moment, because you are so much more powerful than you've been taught to believe. Because the Chariot card here tells you not only that you get to choose in each moment, but that you get to choose what story you apply to any situation and what emotion you want to feel as you go through any situation too. So there's a great amount of expansion in your power that they're wanting to bring into you, because you do have this every moment, we have a light and a dark here, which is basically saying that every moment is either a choice between the fears of losing conditional love and the unconditional love from above. They're neither's right or wrong, but they're just different, you know uh, and so every moment is a story of fear or a story of unconditional love, an emotion of fear or an emotion of unconditional love. And we get to choose. Fear, all those emotions related to fear, betrayal, anger, sadness, there's nothing wrong with them. They just feel different. They feel uncomfortable because they're not what we're used to back home. So we've come down here to experience this because it's different. It allows us, by experiencing sadness, we understand joy. When experiencing conditional, we understand unconditional. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's what we came down here to ride these rides. But when we realize there's a choice, we get to have this freedom where we don't feel like we're caged, and that this is how we have to and must and need to choose. We can always have another choice. When we get tired and bored of this, we can choose differently. And there's power that comes in here. And the Three of Cups, this is the joy celebration card. And so I feel like this is your future self saying, uh, choose joy more often. Choose joy more often. And the third time, choose joy more often. Not all the time. That boring, but choose it more often is what your future self is asking of you, because it transforms and changes your path because of it. So I like it, Angel Bliss. That's what they have for you. So how powerful. All right. Anjali, thank you so much again for your donation. And you would like messages from Satish's subconscious mind and his conscious mind. Um, so his financial situation, is he going through um, the divorce? Is he planning anything? Okay, let's take a look here and see what is going on from Satish. So let's take a look here. Subconscious mind first. Okay. Anything else from the subconscious? Okay. And then what about conscious mind? Okay. And then just the situation, divorce, financial, all of that. We'll kind of just put all that into one here. All right. So let's see what's going on in their subconscious mind here. Okay. Yeah. So their subconscious mind, there is this, changing of direction that their subconscious mind is pushing them to make. So down underneath, and the King of Wands represents our energy and spiritual energy. For me, this represents their higher self, which is sitting down in their subconscious mind. And they are the ones that are having the fire, the push of this change of direction. Because the Seven of Pentacles can be like a patience card sometimes, where it's what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. But in this case, I really feel it's a change, because it's they've seen the fruit, they've learned what they can, and now their higher self is directing them to move into a new direction, to learn new things. So I do see that in their conscious mind. Yeah. So I like this, because here the strength card is the conscious mind, the human, and our higher self, the subconscious mind. So we definitely have this, um, you know, again, the conscious mind is being directed here and has a strong interaction with the higher self. And the Ten of Wands, their conscious mind is, they do feel overwhelmed. They do feel, like it says, oppression. So much energy, so much of their energy has been involved in this situation, that they are ready for a change. 10, endings and new beginnings. They're ready to invest their energy differently with all of this. So it definitely, their subconscious mind has made it out into the conscious mind, because it's definitely this exhausted feeling, and they're ready to make these changes. And I like that the strength card came in, because it is telling us that they are definitely um you know um what were you going to say? I looked at the cards and got totally taken into those readings. That it's definitely, they're like, look at the card, duh. um that it's definitely initiated by spirit, and that it's is unfolding because of that. It's not out of human fears. It's out of divine guidance. And then when you asked about divorce, I do, I do, yeah. I mean, I do see this. I mean, all of these cards. So we'll start off with the Tower card, which is about things being removed out of our lives for us, and people moved into our lives for us. So this is the making space for new endings and beginnings. So this would be that, um, there is this change that's happened in their life. They're definitely, their world is an upheaval, and things are changing. Here's the 10 of Swords, which is another 10, like the 10 of Wands. This is all where they were investing all that Wands energy into the fears of losing conditional love, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts. So they are going through this shakeup where they're realizing, with all those 10 of wands, that all this stuff, they're just tired. They're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and pressured and conflict and in fear and exhausted. Both of these cards for me are exhaustion, that they're ready for this change. They're ready for this to fall away because they do have the 3 of wands too, which the 3 of wands is one of my cards of taking a new direction. Now they had new things come in. They are going to, take an alternate course and go off in a different direction, because they definitely do have new passion, new drive, new energy coming back, which makes sense. When you have been investing so much energy in these things and you release those, all that energy comes back flowing into them until, if they don't deal with these just creep back um, in a different person, right? So if we keep doing what we always did, we're going to get what we always got. So, with this change in what's going on with their life, they really, spirit really is going to be nudging them, because of course they had the King of Wands and the other strength card, that they really are having their higher self nudging them to look into their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets around love and themselves and things in their life, because this is a huge adjustment for them. And the person they were with, which any of us, whoever we're married to, whoever we're in a relationship with, is a huge mirror. So if we're miserable, it's because we're miserable. We're miserable on the inside, so that's going to reflect on the outside, because we see the world as we are, not as it is. So if they go, well, that person made me unhappy, let me go to this one, that one's making me unhappy too. What's with all these people that can't make me happy? Well, they can't make us happy. We can only be happy on the inside. And that's where the freedom of the 10 of swords and the 10 of wands, with all those, the pressure and all the fears they had, once that's released, then they are truly free, and they can truly live differently. So they've learned a lot through this situation, but there's some reflection time that they really would benefit them going through before they get into any other type of relationship, because then it's just going to be part two, the rebirth of the former. They just have shown up in another person's body, right? So that's what they have for you, Anjali. So I do like that, because it feels very freeing for them in this situation. And I like that spirit came in saying that, yeah, this is the ordained, the ending is on purpose for a purpose. Yeah. Yeah. Fiery. Yeah, that makes sense too. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. So that's what they have for you. So thank you so much again for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right. So we left off with Alex, and you wanted a general reading. Oh, wow. They do want to go to the Power of Surrender card. So let's take a look here and see what we have there. I'm going to be on for about 30 more minutes. So if you are way down the list and you do want to make sure that I get to your reading in this session, as I mentioned before, donation does prioritize it. I do honor that energy exchange. And I'll step out and complete that. I always make sure I complete any donations within this session as well. All right. So Alex, you got surrender to passion. And it says, get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Yeah. So get out of your head and into your heart. And that can be relationship. It can be job, education, whatever it is in your life. We can get so caught up in our head of this long list of what we're supposed to do and should do and blah, 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 that our heart doesn't get to live. It just gets to be drug along, and it's in a cage. And it's Spirit is saying, allow your heart to have a seat at the table in the decision making on what you want to do and where you want to go, so that you can feel like you're living and not just existing. So whatever this has to do with in your life, it is definitely let your heart express itself. Logical mind, yeah, because if the heart goes, I want to, leave everything behind and go walk in the wilderness, it's like, well, let your mind go, well, let me make sure we have water and some food as we go, some things that'll keep you alive. The mind will help with that too. So it's a balancing of heart and mind, not the extremes, but letting your heart out of its cage, allowing it to sit at the table and be an equal partner in decision making. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Alex. So many blessings to you. All right. You are very welcome, Anjali. And next up, we have Toby. Happy Friday. Hello. So what can you focus on right now? What does Spirit recommend that is for your highest good to focus on right now? Nope, none of those. All right. Smack in my hand. Okay, so these. All right. Let's see what we got here. So they do have focus on yourself with the Queen of Pentacles, because she is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So caring for you, and I want to say putting yourself first, which is, a good thing to do, because the greatest gift that we can give the world is a healthy, full us. Because when we're running on empty, we're not pleasant to be around. There is strife that happens here. The energy is totally different when we are running on empty, because there's this battling that we feel is going on. The Five of Wands is a number of transformation, and it moves our energy from feeling like one that is of fear and conflict to one that is of love. And I like that they brought that in with this, um, you know, um, beautiful feeling when you feel like you're a barrel and you're allowing people, or you're actually connecting them, these pipelines in, they're draining, and so you're not full, they're just draining you, and you feel exhausted. You just feel like, I never have enough energy, I never have enough time, resources, because I'm giving, and I'm feeling like people are just sucking the life force out of me. Well, people can't suck the life force out of us. We can only connect them and allow it to drain out to them. But the beautiful thing is with this transformation of this, knowing that it's okay to become a chalice, to where you get to fill up. People aren't plugged in. You get to fill up with the love from above, and everyone else gets overflow. And it's so much better. When we connect them in and we're giving to everyone else first, it's bitter, sour water that they're getting. And they're like, well, it's the only water we get. Like, whew, I'll chug this down. But when we become a chalice and it overflows, it's sweet nectar, of the, drink of the gods. It's so delicious. One drop of that, they would prefer, excuse me, over gallons and gallons of that bitter water. Let me just take a quick sip here. And you have the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind too. So when you cut away the expectations, all those fears of losing conditional love, but what if I don't give everyone that they need in life? And I disappoint them, and they reject me. And you're like, well, thank God, because they're have become leeches, and they're just like, you're giving away all your life force to them. If you stop, and they're like, well, I don't want to be around you if you're not going to give me your life force energy, you can go, thank you, bye-bye. Because it's like, if you've been allowing vampires to suck your blood, and you're like, here, take my blood, and then you're like drained and everything, and you're like, you guys, I can't do this anymore. I will give you extra blood. I'll give you extra other food, but I'm not going to be your food anymore. And they're like, well, I don't want to be around you then. And you're like, okay, it's a blessing, right? We overcome the fears. And like, am I really afraid to be alone? Let me look into that fear. Am I afraid? What does being rejected by others mean? Is that about me? Is it about them? That Four of Swords really is that Ace of Swords normally that they're sleeping on. And we get to look at our fears around who am I afraid I'll let down? And if someone is willing to reject me, if I don't give them what they want, are they truly a friend? Are they truly someone that's supportive for us? No. There's billions of people on the planet, and there's ones that will love you for you just being you and not need you as a blood bag. So I like this focus for you, Toby. So that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. We'll continue moving down the list. And we are to Pumpy 2019. Should you lend money to Alex? Is he trustworthy? Hopefully not the Alex that I just gave a reading to. So I was going to say, no, absolutely not. No, not for you specifically, Alex. Just that's what I first felt is, should you lend money? Money to that. Sorry, a bunch of cards fell. Let me just reshuffle these. So we're going to ask, is it in your highest interest to lend money to Alex? Because they don't have shoulds. There's just different results that happens. Okay, clarify that for me. Is he trustworthy? So you got the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. And so when we're asking, should they lend money? I mean, Pentacles is money and abundance in the outside world. But the Princess of Pentacles is about new opportunities, new money, new things. And I kind of feel like this means they will find other ways of getting what they need in the outside world. Because we've got the Judgment card here, which is your higher self with this horn, and this is like you down here. It's this calling, and I almost feel like it's a wake-up call, like an alarm is what I feel. It's like, warning, warning, don't do it, don't do it. And they have the Three of Pentacles here, which is stay true to your unique self. And again, it's like I feel like this is both of you. For you, it's stay true to you. You don't need to worry about disappointing someone or losing someone's support, and that they will find their own way within themselves to, being their authentic self. They'll find a way. I just feel like the energy here is about allowing them to find their way. Don't be I feel like that it might be a crutch for them if you bail them out and lend them the money and do all this kind of stuff. It's like they're showing me like a stray cat. Once you feed the stray cat once, it comes back every day meowing, demanding more, and it brings its friends. And so I kind of feel like them. It's like it's okay. Just unless you're a billionaire and they just want $100 and it won't even impact you. I feel like this is like stay true to you and in this situation, Pumpy. So I don't feel like they are it's not so much that they're not trustworthy. It's just like it's not for your highest experience, and it's not for their highest experience for you to do that. So that's what they have for you. So I know we want to try to help everyone, but sometimes like I said, we become a crutch for them in some situations. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. You can send them love from your heart. If your heart is aching because you want to help them, send love to surround them, and that will help them. All right, Mars, you are up. So advice on Jay as of right now, because you're feeling the connections power. All right, let's take a look here. So what about Jay? Okay, anything else? So you have the Queen of Wands here and the 10 of Wands. So there is definitely a lot of feeling going on here. Not so much emotion as passion and attraction that I feel is here. So very much a lot of fire energy happening. But this is about the Queen of Wands balances out her fire with intuition, connecting to the higher realms, and not trusting her heart. That is, like, I don't know, they're showing a heart humping someone's leg. It's like we don't follow the heart when it's in lust, right? When it's in this like, oh, I gotta have it. The heart we're talking about is the higher heart, the connection to the spirit realm. I don't know why they give me that, but the 10 of Wands, lot of energies being invested in this, and so it's like they're saying um to temper that, to kind of just balance that out, because you have the 8 of Pentacles, which the 8 of Pentacles talks about doing the work, looking into things, and when we do the inner work, then the things in the outside world unfold and move to the next step, the next level, because we got the 5 of Swords, and this is where the work, uh, this work that they're talking about here, where we can look at this is the mental work. It is the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, the expectations, because this is the conflicting thoughts and beliefs that are kicking in, that they want to keep you from uh, ending up feeling like this person down here who's underneath these 3 swords. The 3 of Swords is the expectations, disappointment, heartache card, and so they're trying to keep that from unfolding, because when we do what we always did, we get what we always got, and so there's this big desire that's there to move forward, but they're like that steam engine. They're like, don't have it full throttle. They're like, bring it back. Um, Things will unfold. Perfect timing. What's meant for you will never pass you by, and to work on those, because that's the thing that they're wanting to raise the vibration. They're wanting to raise this up to a different level, because otherwise we'll get what we got before, is what I'm feeling with these cards coming in. So that is what they have right now. I know that the power is there, but it doesn't mean that we have to go full steam and fly off the railroad track with the steam engine, going so fast. It's like temper it, is what I hear. So that's what they have for you, Mars. I know. All right. So we'll continue going down here, and we have David Doolittle. Hello. You say, yeah, 2023. It's been very balanced, which, knock on wood, I'm very glad to experience, because I can get out of balance. So whenever you guys are getting your balancing messages, I always take it for me too. So how does the next 2 weeks look for you as far as the future? And I hope your 2023 has been going well as well. All right. So the next 2 weeks, what does Spirit want you to know? Well. Let's see what else. Speaking of balance, I like the balance, but the first card that came out is the 10 of Cups, which is about emotional fulfillment and overflowingness. So I really like that. Great feeling there if it'll there it goes. So, great energy coming in. I like how they have the Ace of Cups fills up and overflows to all the others because the Ace of Cups is, that love from above. And so it's this inner love that fills up and overflows. And I really feel like that is what's happening here. And the Two of Pentacles can be the balancing of the higher realms with the lower realms too, bringing in a beautiful balance of this love from above as well as the love that flows within the human into the world too. So it very much is about emotional fulfillment. But I like that it's almost like the Mars energy coming over into this one too, of like just temper it. There's a lot of beautiful emotion coming in, but don't explode, with emotion. Allow yourself the balance. You don't have to act on every beautiful, wonderful emotion that comes in. Just enjoy it, let it flow, but don't feel like you have to do something with every one of those beautiful emotions that you feel. Just experience them too. So I like it, David. So some good stuff coming in for you, evidently there. So love it, love it, love it. All right. You are very welcome, Toby. All right. So, Yavi, you are up. General reading of people in your life now and in the future. I do want to grab here the path of the soul destiny. So, I feel like there's something regarding people and just your life in the future that, since it's your path of your soul, and I'm going to be on for about 10 more minutes. So, I'll talk more about other alternatives. I will be back on at 7 p.m. this evening, which is in just a little over 6 hours. So if I'm not able to get to you in this session, I will be back. I'll be back, and we'll talk more about some other things too here in a moment. So we've got the number 10 here. This is your spiritual inkblot test, Yavi. So when you look at this, you can see this. And I really feel, before I read the card here, I'm seeing a mirror, and that the people in your life now and in the future are all going to mirror back to you how you feel about yourself. And so let's see what this card says, though. Oh, it's called work. So this card does relate to work. It describes working at what you are really here to do. And it's about combining all of your knowledge and your gifts on both the physical and the spiritual plane, and utilizing both as a means of earning a living. So if you're not sure what it is you are really here to do, this card is asking you to take action and the rest will follow. The two worlds have come into alignment, and the time has come. So this card can also show that you are on the right path and everything is in proper balance. So things are unfolding perfectly. And I feel, in relation to people in your life now and in the future, that they will continue, as always, to show you what you want to see about yourself until you see it. And so the people of your past, if they match the people of your now, then that is a big um, kind of a indicator to go, oh, what are my thoughts and beliefs? What did I want to see? I know, like in my relationships, I had like 5 longish termish ones. So, when you get to number 4, number 5, you're going, why am I bringing in the same lessons? And they're like, well, what are you learning from them? And I'm like, oh, so we can look back and go, okay, what did I want to learn about myself through these? Not about what am I learning about them? What am I learning about me? And then that'll change your future individuals. Unless they're people like you're like, I love the people I'm around, then it'll drag in more. It'll draw in more people of the same as well. So I feel that's what they want for you right now regarding those, is like, what are the mirrors of people show me from my past or my present because that will determine what future people you bring in as well. So I like it. All right. So you are all set there. And then, so Yanni, Nepal, you are up next. Oh, yeah, I know, Yanni. But that's why the donations also get priority too. So I know a free list of readings gets very long, very fast. But if you ever need it's a very important reading. And I know I do recognize that too. I'm going to have some membership offerings coming up soon, which will also help. And I have thought of doing some little spur of the moment readings where I just pop on and whoever is there, it's like a surprise readings too. Um, but I do announce it about an hour early. So if you are subscribed to my channel, you will get notified when I'm going to go live, and then you can jump in right away and also put your questions there. So that's something good to bring up for everyone as well. Because the earlier that you enter it, of course, the chances are higher that I will get to the free reading for you too. So shut up and I'll do your free reading. So will you be able to get a new job this January? So let's take a look here. All right. Well, I'm assuming this is a yes, because you got the star card, which is wish fulfillment card, one of the wish fulfillment cards, and hope and brightness. So this would be a yes for you. So I like it. So very quick and easy answer too, right? You're like, oh, I want to know that like days ago. So thank you for your patience though with the process. I'm figuring everything else out too. But thank you for your question, and many blessings to you. All right, Anya Ahuya, you are up next. Renee, so you'll be the next free reading, but Renee, you're back. How do you see the next few weeks for you? Absolutely. Thank you again for your donations. It does help me continue to give free readings, because then I get to eat. And then I don't, if I go get a job, I wouldn't be able to do this as often for sure. The next couple of weeks look really good for you, Renee, because you do have the Seven of Pentacles, which can be the Patience card, but with these other two cards, the it's like the wait is over. This is a change of direction coming into your outside life, because not only do you have the Sun card, one of the most beautiful, abundant, victorious cards in the entire deck. So definitely the next couple of weeks bring in a lot of sun, a lot of success, a lot of fire and movement happening here too. And you got the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment card. So definitely, and of course it says happiness, but yeah, definitely three wonderful, amazing cards to represent the next few weeks for you. So yeah. Those are happy tears. I can't wait. Beautiful things coming in. You see anything else? Yeah. So, of course, while you're waiting, the Eight of Swords is about understanding of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, what stories that you've put, into events in your past and even in the present, which of those make you feel blinded and bound and trapped, and how you feel like that you're controlled by external things, because of course you get to choose what story you apply to any situation, so the outside world doesn't control that, and so they're having you reflect on that, and then you get the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, abundance, wholeness, new birth coming in. So definitely that's all coming. But while you're waiting, they're like, but while you're waiting for it to unfold, you know, just free yourself some more, cut away some more of those strings that you feel are pulling you, how the outside world pulls things and triggers things, right? That you can cut more of those away while you're waiting, because it just makes everything else even more amazing. So I like it. So I'm excited for your changes. We've been playing cards on those, and I can't wait for them to move forward. So I like it. All right. Again, thank you again so much for your donations, your continual donations. Very much appreciated. All right. So let's take a look here. You are very welcome. And so we're to Anya, and we're actually almost at the top of the hour. So this will actually be my last free reading in this session. Anya Ahuya. So if you do want me to make sure I complete your reading in this specific session, then a donation, I will honor that energy exchange and make sure to complete it in this session. Otherwise, I will be back in 6 hours for my evening session. And on Saturday and Sunday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, I'm here at 11 a.m. And then Wednesday through Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time as well. So you can catch me those times. I also offer several free recorded readings. And so if you need an answer now, and if you're not able to make a donation, I totally get it. I understand it. We're all at different um, abilities these days and throughout our lives. But I do offer free content that can also provide messages for you. So if you click on my main name, the Bretta Zen Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to the main page where my playlists are. I have pick a card readings, weekly energy updates, monthly readings, solstice, equinox readings. I just put out a lot of free content too. So follow your heart, and spirit will guide you to the playlist or the videos that have the messages for you. I also offer personal readings on a sliding price scale. All that information is listed in the description box of the video. Oh, yeah. And then I also I have a contest, or not a contest, but a drawing um, that I'm going to be doing for every 2 weeks. If you want to see about getting a possibility of winning a free personal reading, here's the link to that as well. So you can check that out. And also make sure to check out your weekly energy update if you haven't done so already, because that Cancer full moon is coming up here. And you can take advantage of that energy for these unveiling and release type of a ceremony, which I do talk about in the video as well. All right. And like I said, I have a ton of pick a cards around abundance and relationships and those types of things as well. So a lot of content. Again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. And so thank you for being part of that love tsunami. All right. So the last free reading, like I mentioned here, I lost my place, is Anya Ahuya. So you'd like an update on your love life in the next week. All right. Well, it does look like here over the next week that there's a lot of mind thoughts here. These are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And over the next week, it feels like that you are having this movement of thought and belief around love, moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. And the Princess of Swords is the Page of Swords, which again represents new thought, new belief. So both of these cards really reinforce that. This Ace of Swords allows you to see love from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, which allows you to cut away some expectations around what love should be, who you should be in love and relationships, and who The other person is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, all these things that can restrict us and make us feel caged and held back and blocked with that. And so this does allow you to open up more, which brings in opportunities. So I feel like the biggest update for this week is that you are really doing some reflection on what you are expecting out of love, like how it has to come, who it has to be, who you have to be in it. And you're releasing more and more of that, which opens up more opportunity for you to raise your vibration to that. We all want love, but the how and the who, we can trust the universe um, to bring that perfect individual into our life in the perfect timing. I know that's the rough one, um, in the perfect way. And so the more we release expectations, the more we give uh, the universe, the creator, the power and the ability to bring that to us. If we're resisting and saying it has to come in exactly this way with this type of person, da, 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 da. It's funny, Spirit was saying, well, that person in here is on back order for 1,000 years. But if you open up your expectations, there's a lot of opportunities that can shift direct and immediately, and so that's the message they have, is really looking into the expectations that you have around love, and that will help move things along in your life. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you, Anya. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So that is all the free readings, and I don't see any donations. So that will be the end of this session then. Again, thank you guys so much for all your donations, all the love, all the support, all your thirst for hearing from Spirit. And, I wish I could get to everyone every single session, but I do have to balance. I've been on for 2 hours, and so I need to go eat. I will be back here in about 6 hours for my evening session. I do post the announcement an hour before that. And as someone mentioned, you can start posting questions that early. And again, if you need something right away, please check out a playlist. And until then, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So we'll see you soon. Until then, have a great night or a great day wherever you're at in the world, and take care of yourselves. We'll see you when we see you. You take care.